Hey guys, welcome back to Green Free Homestead. I'm Stephanie. Today I'm out in the garage and I'm trying to plant up some of our seeds, our early spring stuff. We want to get it going and get the seeds going, and it's a horrible day outside. It's pouring rain. It's actually, I can probably hear it in the video. It's raining. It hasn't stopped all day. So today I'm going to show you that you don't need an elaborate seed setup. You don't have to spend a bunch of money. I'm going to show you guys what we do. We have used these for a couple years. They're just these little bitty trays. You can take them out and we reuse them. They're good to be reused several times, and they have these little domes, and you can control the humidity here. And then a lot of these tags that I have every year, I just reuse them. So that's what I'm going to do this year also. So I'm just going to get going. I'm going to show you guys what I use. It doesn't have to be stuff that you buy from some elaborate garden store. Literally, I have a little bit of mix left over, my seed starting mix from last year. I picked up one of the Jiffy mixes from Walmart, $4. And I just take the organic seed starting mix, and I just get one of my big bowls, and I mix it up. I add a little bit of water is what I do, because I find that when I just put the dirt on top and I level it, the water has a hard time soaking in. So it just makes it a lot harder and makes a mess kind of when I go to spray them and there's water everywhere. I just put a bunch of dirt in my, or not a bunch, but I fill my bowl up. And if I add the water and kind of let it sit, because this is like a super light and dry peat mossy dirt, and then I just kind of work it in. Once I feel like it's soaked in, then I go ahead and I just fill up the trays. Okay, so I just did 4 trays for now. And I'm gonna start with my broccoli. It's actually seeds I had left over last year. So I like to put at least 2 in each hole. And I usually put my seeds in all at once, and then I go back and I cover them up, because I find that I forget which hole I'm on. If I stop and put the seed in and then cover, if I do it, I just forget. I don't know if it's because I'm a blonde, I just forget. So I like to go through and put the seeds in so I know that they're all there, and then I go back and I cover them with just a tiny bit of dirt. But I just couldn't wait anymore, so I had to get in here in my seeds that I knew I was already going to use from last year and get started. And I'll show you guys the light setup that we got. We just got it. So excited about it, so pumped. Okay, so the rest of the trays are going to be lettuces, because we are in zone 6A in Kentucky. And you can look up our last frost date, and I think it says something like April 15th or 20th or something. That is not true. Not true in the least bit. Everyone that I know that gardens in our area, and maybe in Kentucky for all I know, knows that you do not plant your flowers or any type of garden varieties that cannot take a frost or even pretty heavy freezes until the horses run, until Derby Day. So until the first Saturday of May, none of our big stuff will go out. Now, our brassicas and our lettuces, things like that, they will go. We did a raised bed this year for the first time. I think my husband's going to do a video on that. We decided we want to extend because, I mean, we really can't put anything out until like the second week of May. And I feel like it really hurts our growing season. So my husband made a raised bed, and what we're going to try and do, this is our goal, is to, while it's a raised bed, we're going to make it a high tunnel, like a temporary high tunnel in the spring and in the fall, because we have super hot falls. Like it could be in the 90s all the way through October, and then we'll get freezes out of nowhere. So it's like we have really short springs and we have really short falls, and I just don't feel like we have a lot of time for that in between. So we're trying to extend our season by 3 or 4 weeks, maybe, hopefully even 6 weeks if we can, by making this raised bed. It is 4 by 10. We've already got the raised bed, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get either like row covers and go along down the sides and make it a temporary high tunnel in the spring so that we can have all our brassicas, our lettuces, and we're even gonna put our carrot bed, because the carrots do so much better in a raised bed. We're gonna put all that in that bed, and in the fall we can hopefully get a second round of that in again. But it'll have to be the high tunnel portion of the raised bed is going to be temporary, so that we can just use it in the summertime to grow everything as that we want to grow, that we would normally grow in there. So if we had our high tunnel ready, I would just go ahead and winter sow these lettuces, and that way they can come up when they're ready. However, we don't have the high tunnel portion ready yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and start them and see if I can move. The last one I have, this was my grandmother's seeds. I've had them for a couple years. And this is Paris Island romaine. Okay, I think that I am gonna go ahead and do this last little tray. I don't have my dome lid for it. Like I said earlier, I've lost them, misplaced them. I am looking everywhere, like every nook and cranny. I don't really know where they are, but my goal is to find them. However, I have done this before when I didn't have the lids for them. So while I already have this dirt here, what I do when I don't have the little greenhouse dome type things, I'm sure there's a thing for it, I don't know what it is, or it slipped my mind. So I've got these 4. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this last tray up. I have more trays here, but now when I do this way, I'm going to show you what I do. I'm sure that most people have done this if you've needed to in a pinch. Like I said, I will be cheap where I can be cheap. A little bit more dirt in that one. So the dirt needs to be lower. It can't be as high, because what I'm going to do is cover this with saran wrap, and I want a little bit more headspace in there for when they start to sprout, so they'll make it just a little bit longer. So same thing as always, except I make them a little bit deeper, the dirt deeper down in there. And then I take plastic wrap, saran wrap. I'll take a couple of these tags, which I'll go ahead and do. And I kind of put them in the side. and I put the saran wrap, and it kind of holds the saran wrap up. Okay, so I wanted to do one more kind of lettuce. Put them in the side. And I put the saran wrap, and it kind of holds the saran wrap up. Hopefully I can get this plastic wrap to cooperate. The wind is blowing. It's coming down outside, and so the breeze is coming in the garage here. So this isn't the best thing to do, but I've done it. And I've germinated seeds this way, and I know that it works. I've germinated palm tree seeds this way. Well, if the palm tree seed can germinate, I know these little guys can too. So I'm not going to tuck that down all the way because I still got to spray this, and I don't want to mess the plastic wrap up. I am going to go ahead and top these. And then I'm going to take you guys inside to see our setup. Okay guys, now this is in a spare bedroom in our basement, and this light system here is what we ordered. I'm trying to get it all for you. It is 4 foot long. See the white stand there? It's 4 foot long. It comes with the 4-foot light fixture, and it is a double bulb fixture with the T5 grow lights in it. And then it also has like the reflective like mirror stuff inside of it to basically strengthen the light, so it makes it stronger. The seed warming mat is 4 foot by 2 foot, so it's a really good long mat for us. I know that size wouldn't work for everyone if you're using a shelving unit, but for us, we knew we weren't going to be using a shelving unit, and that it'll probably be a long time before we ever do. Only because this holds a lot of plants for us. As you can see, there's a lot of mat left open. It still fit 8 more through there. So I'm waiting on my seeds to get here to do the rest of my brassicas, and then I'll go ahead and start some peppers because peppers take so long to mature. But I just wanted to show you guys, I do have it on a piece of cardboard because there's carpet down here, and I didn't want water or the heat from the mat or anything to hurt it. It is an adjustable light, but I'll go ahead and lower the lights, you know, to where they're just like 6 inches above the plants. Over here, I'm starting my sweet potatoes different this year. We tried doing them several jars last year and only had 1 successful potato out of 3 or 4 different attempts in jars. And we started it in January. And here, like I said, we're zone 6A. We can't plant them until middle of May. And I still didn't have any of my slips for my potatoes. I had a friend give me some and a relative give me some. And so I'm starting this year, I'm going to try this method here. I've seen several on YouTube, and it makes more sense to me to do it this way. I'm going to try starting them in the dirt. So I've got my trays filled up here. These have been down here for 3 or 4 days already. And I picked out my small, you know how you have little bitty scraggler potatoes? Those are the ones that I used as seed potato. And I used the ones that were starting to sprout already, that were starting to get little eyes on them. So I'm really hoping that we have better luck. I'll let you know how it goes with these sweet potatoes. Hopefully we get trays full of slips. That would be wonderful, because sweet potato slips are pretty pricey. Okay, you all see my little tray here with the lettuce in it. I could only find 4 of my lids, so I'm still looking for my lids. So I put those white tags in there, and I just put saran wrap around it. I went ahead and sprayed it and soaked it, and then I used a rubber band around the edge, like that, where that black, there's a rubber band that goes all the way around to hold that plastic in place. It is kind of a pain in the butt when I have to like redo it and water it and stuff, but it works. And right now that's what I need. I need them to sprout. So I need to spray these down and lower the light and then we're good to go. We'll have this on a timer, 12 hours on and 12 hours off on the light, but we will leave the seed mat on. So the goal here is that this light and the seed mat here will pay for itself. It's going to be worth the investment. I found these online at Zen Hydro. It's an hydroponics website that I found. I'm also going to leave a link in the description for this website, and if I can, I'll leave a description of the exact things that we bought so that you can see that it wasn't expensive. If you get on Amazon and other plant supply websites, you'll see that the ones that are 24 inches, they have setups like this that are 24 inches, some that are 30 inches. They're $120 plus, and they come with the light, you know, the setup, and sometimes they come with the seed warming mat, and sometimes they don't. So for us to get this shipping and tax and everything for under $80, I was super pumped because this is 4 foot long. I can fit a whole lot of seeds, you know, and we'll be, you know, changing these out as they sprout and as they get big enough. This was our plan. We'll let you know how it goes, okay? Well, thanks a lot for joining us, guys. I just wanted to show you, you know, you don't have to be big scale. It doesn't have to be something intricate. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be in your garage on a table. It can be on a card table. It can be the little bitty seed trays. I have tinfoil pans here, like these disposable ones. I had picked up some a while back, and I was using them for other stuff. And that's what I'm starting my sweet potatoes in. This is just in a room in our basement. So I know that you guys can do it if we can do it. Thanks, guys, for joining us today. I hope you'll like and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. And comments below, what are some things you want to see, or what are your favorite seeds? Because we kind of get stuck in a groove. These are the seeds that we like, so we definitely would love recommendations of what you guys like and what grows good for you guys. We are zone 6A for anyone that is growing in our zone. If you have any recommendations or certain types of varieties of the plants that you like. But thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.